Okay, so let me just tell you that I've been scrambling around trying to find my Earth Day books. And as my friend Olga would say, this is, or she might think, she might not say, but this is a result of me being over-organized. And now I can't find my Earth Day books. So I actually looked them up on Amazon for you, and I have some links. And Amazon will tell you if you've bought something before, and it told me that I had purchased these books, but I can't find them. So I'm going to tell you about them. Tom will drop links for you in the comments below to my two favorite Earth Day books. One is by Todd Parr. And Tom, if you could... Oh, I see it right here. The Earth Book by Todd Parr. That's one of my favorites for preschool. Anything by Todd Parr is always great because it looks like little kids illustrated it, right? So they can really relate to it. And that is a great age-appropriate book. There are some Earth Day books out there that are a little too in-depth, you know, and they talk about like the entire history of recycling, and you're like, okay. But very kid-friendly. The Earth Book, there we go, by Todd Parr. That is one of my favorites. And then the other one that I discovered is Big Earth, Little Me. And my plan had been to share those books with you here on the screen, but because they're hiding in my ultra organized book cabinet, there are some downsides to being over organized, and that is not being able to find things when you need them. My former teaching partner, her classroom at a first glance didn't look super organized. Mine looked super organized at first glance, but if I needed something, the first place I went was to her room because she knew exactly where it was. Me, not going to find it because everything is organized and over labeled. So I looked in spring, I looked in all the other boxes, but I couldn't find it. Okay. So those are my two favorite pre-K appropriate books to read aloud for Earth Day. If you have others that are pre-K appropriate that you want to add to the list, go ahead and put those in the comments below. So those are my two favorite books. Then I wrote a blog post called Celebrating Earth Day in Preschool that Tom will drop a link for you in the comments below. It has links to both of those books. And when I wrote that post, I wrote a song. Many moons ago, I used to write piggyback songs on my own, you know, songs to favorite tunes, because we didn't have access to a lot of preschool music. I mean, we did, but we had to buy the CD and all that, and then you had to play the CD and find the song, and I find that all of that takes a lot of time when you've got a bunch of little kids sitting in front of you. And if you glance over at the CD player and get that CD out and open the case and all that, I know we have iPods and all that now and iPhones and stuff, but just anytime you take your eyes off of them for a second to do the music, you lose them. So I was very good at making up these piggyback songs back in the day. I haven't done any recently, and they don't exist in digital format because this was before the digital revolution. So I'm going to sing this song for you. It's on the blog though, so Tom, you can go to the link that Tom dropped to the Celebrating Earth Day in Preschool blog post, but it's to the tune of He's a Jolly Good Fellow, and I'm not known for my singing voice, so if you're a singer, if you sing in your church choir every Sunday, if you're in the Sweet Adelines or something, you go ahead and cover your ears and you sing it yourself, because I'm not that great, but I'll try my best. So it goes reduce, reuse, recycle. Wait, for he's a jolly good fellow. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Let's all do our part. I think I'm changing the tune. Bottles, cans, and bags. Bottles, cans, and bags. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Let's all do our part. So, and as you sing it, you could teach the kids to make that little triangular recycling symbol, right? So how did you like my singing debut? Do you think I'll be getting any calls from The Voice or American Idol? I don't think so. It's much better when the kids sing along. I can find my tune then, but not so much when I'm on Facebook Live. This will probably be like on the best of Facebook Live, if that exists. Book titles. Thank you, Lee. It's Earth Day by Mercer Mayer. And Dear children of the earth, a letter from home, says Mary. So we're sharing our book titles in the comments. Yay! Lori says she discovered a story called Freddie the Fish about water pollution. Ooh, that sounds like a good one. Thank you, Lori. I can't wait to look these up on Amazon afterwards. Okay. Lorraine is here from Long Island, New York. Hi, Lorraine. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Wendy's here from Palmdale, California. Okay. Oh, Shannon says that she and her class plant a tree each year in the schoolyard or a city park. Oh, that's sweet. My school used to have a big, and I think they probably still do it. I'm just catching up. Okay. So my school used to have a big Earth Day celebration. I mean, it was like a big deal where they had food and they had prizes, and it was like an outdoor type of a deal with activities and games and all kinds of fun stuff. So it was a big deal at my former school. Okay, so I shared with you my favorite blog post and the song that I wrote that you can sing much better than I can. I have to probably listen to the song and Google it and listen to the tune and then sing it. Oh, it's not something I sing every day, but that's a little tune that I wrote for Earth Day to sing in your classroom with your preschool kiddos. Pittsburgh, Texas. I didn't know there was a town named Pittsburgh here in Texas. Hey, Terry. Ginny from Camden, South Carolina. Welcome, Ginny. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you about Earth Day. So this one, there's nothing I like more than coffee filters in the classroom, because you can get hundreds of them for $1. So they last a good long time. So coffee filters at the Dollar Tree, that's my favorite thing. Anytime I can use a coffee filter for anything, not just for art, but for anything, I will, because they're so cheap. And then you give your kids blue and green markers. These are just Crayola washable markers. And let them scribble on the coffee filters. Just let them scribble. I mean, kids love the freedom to scribble, right? I mean, just scribble. And some kids will sit there and they will color the entire coffee filter when really you don't need them to do that, though. I mean, if they want to, they can. Other kids will scribble twice and go, I'm done. That's fine too. But when you squirt them with water, when you add a little bit of water, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, we all do that, but when you add a little bit of water, the colors will run together and then they dry really, really quickly. And because they're like coffee filters, and they will make little earths that you can hang up. What I've done before is I have glued them into a middle of a black piece of construction paper and let the kids put stars all around it. And so it's like the earth and the stars and a white crayon for the moon, and they can maybe you can print off the reduce, reuse, recycle song from the blog and put it on there, and they can take it home and sing the song with their parents, whatever you want, decorate with them, whatever you want to do. I think that is probably my favorite activity. And our local community is having a festival, Earth Day festival, just like the one we had at my former school. And I'm going to do this with like 300 to 600 kids. So wish me luck, because I needed something I could afford for that many children. So we're going to try and do this. We did the coffee filter butterflies last year, and that worked really well. It's outdoors. It's Texas. It's April. We would squirt these with water, and we used, all different colors, and they would dry like instantly in the hot Texas sun. And then we put them in the clothespins, and they just thought that was the coolest thing ever. But this is a great one for Earth Day. Super simple, super cheap. Ooh, marble painting, says Lori. I love marble painting. Yes, get some green and some blue and roll it over some white paper, and then you can cut those babies out. That looks good. Hey, Serena, try turning up your volume if you can't hear. Yeah, or refresh your browser. There we go. Okay, so that's one. And over on the blog, we have about 10 posts about Earth Day. So over there, we have posts from our contributors about sensory play for Earth Day, science, science experiments or activities, making seed paper. If you've never made paper with your kids, that's a good one to try. We've got alphabet activities, art activities, just a simple introduction to recycling with preschoolers. So go over and check out all the contributor posts over at Pre-K Pages. Tom has a link there for you. Where you can go and see all the posts. I remember, I don't know if anyone else has ever made paper in their classroom, but one of my most vivid memories of elementary school is that we made paper, and I don't remember what grade it was, if it was second, third, or fourth grade, but I remember making paper, and we got to make a lot of it, and we put it in our writing center, and we actually got to write on it. It was really a very memorable experience. So your kids will love it because it's not just it's the act of doing it, not so much the end result, which is paper, but it's really cool. It's like a science experiment, right? Hey, Sarah from Idaho. Wonderful. Planting, yes, absolutely. There's lots of spring seeds and planting type ideas over at Pre-K Pages too. Karen from Washington. Hey, Karen. Oop. Jamie from California. Girl Scouts are celebrating Earth Day too. Yes. Fabulous. I'm a former Girl Scout myself. Yes, there are a lot of coffee filters die. Whoop. I did something. Swipe left. Okay, comments are gone. Vanessa touched something. Comments are gone. Okay. You can say anything about me you want now because I don't know where the comments went. I'll just click on this. Nope, that didn't work either. Okay. All right. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to let you know was I do have an Earth Day Pinterest board where I pin not just my own stuff, but stuff from all over the internet. It's like a, a virtual filing cabinet of ideas. So check out the Earth Day Pinterest board if you're looking for something more than what I've shared with you tonight. And, I went to the dollar store. I seriously thought that Target must have some new stuff, right? Because it's been a while. I don't know if this opens very easily. And they had nothing new. It's like the same stuff they've had for 6 weeks. I was like, come on, Target, let's get with it. So I hopped next door to the Dollar Tree and I found these little gems. Now these have powdered sugar inside, like that candy. Dump that out because we don't want our kids having any of that. But are these the coolest thing or what? These are plastic carrots, okay? So the deal is when you work with little kids, you all know this, I'm preaching to the choir here, but you have to have things that are sturdy, especially if you're like most pre-K teachers and you have a lot of kids, and sometimes you even have 2 classes. So for example, in my class when we were half day, I would have 22 kids in the morning and 22 in the afternoon, and all 44 of those little kids would be playing with my carrots. And if I had fabric carrots or delicate carrots, they would be destroyed at the end of the first hour in the morning class. So these are sturdy little plastic carrots. They have candy inside. They're from the Dollar Tree. Dump the candy out because goodness knows we don't want them eating pure sugar. But these are awesome. So these are to put in your sensory bin. The lids do screw off, but you can easily glue those on with some hot glue or some super glue. And that's where the candy lives. I'm sure Tom is probably running. Ew, this is leaking. Tom is running over here right now because he heard the word candy. He's a candy-aholic. But this is like pure sugar. But anyway, I thought these were super cool. Of course, they also have the Easter eggs that look like carrots. I'm sure you've seen those too. Those are awesome for the sensory bin. Here they are. I haven't opened this pack yet. But do you see how I like these because they're flat on the bottom. They can actually stand up. And there's all kinds of games to go with these little plastic Easter egg carrots. I know Karen at Pre-Kinders has a math game on her blog. I don't have anything on the blog about these, but I think they're just awesome to put in a sensory bin. They're carrots, for goodness sake. So if you're learning about planting in spring, like one of our viewers just said, these are from the Dollar Tree. These came from the Dollar Tree. You don't need a million of them. Just a couple packages to put in your sensory bin. And then I also have these little carrots. So we're putting brown rice in our sensory bin, and then the kids can pretend to plant and pull out the carrots with little pots and stuff like that. But these are super cute. These are from the Dollar Tree, and these are from the Dollar Tree because shame on Target, they still have nothing new. I'm like, I've seen all that. It's been 6 weeks now, Target. They must not be selling as much. So those are some of my Dollar Tree finds this week. And I wanted to let you know, if you're a Teaching Tribe member and you're watching, I just posted about 25 minutes ago, like 2 seconds before we went live, brand new editable graduation packet over in the Teaching Tribe. So if you want a completely done for you planning kit to plan a fabulous graduation with pre-written invitations and diplomas, and all you have to do is just type in your own info, go over to the tribe and grab yours right now. It is available in the tribe. It's also available for sale at Pre-K Pages, and Tom will drop a link for you as well. And that is brand new, hot off the press. It's been published for about 25 minutes, but it's going to take the headache out of planning a graduation for your preschool, your pre-K, or your kindergarten class. I included all three in there. It's editable, so you can add your own words or your own language to make it work for you. So if you liked these tips that I shared with you today, I hope you'll do me a favor and share this broadcast with anyone you think might be interested. And if you share it in any way that you see fit, whether that's tapping the screen or whether that's commenting or sharing it to your own page or whatever you want to do. I just find it's easier to find it again if you came in halfway through. It's easier to find it again if you either save it, if you know how to do that, or to share it on your own page so you can find it again, because they don't make it easy. And if you want to know how you can teach better, save time, and live more, then you're going to want to put your name on the waiting list for the Teaching Tribe. And the Teaching Tribe is my premium membership site for teachers just like you, teachers of preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, Head Start, and more. It's a place where you can go to download all of the paid printables from Pre-K Pages, including that graduation packet I just talked about. You can download those 24/7 at your fingertips. It's an $800 and I believe $18 value after tonight. Then we also have our community, a supportive place, a safe haven for teachers to ask and answer questions with new and veteran teachers alike in there. And then we have 2 trainings a month. Each one comes with a certificate of attendance for 1 hour. We also have book studies and lots of prizes and all kinds of good stuff. So put your name on the list, and when we open again, you'll be the first to know. And I've been getting a lot of questions from people who missed out on the last opening that we did. So here's the deal. We might open again before the last day of school, and we might not. So it depends on how our current class is doing. So right now we're at capacity, and we kind of have people pass through as classes, because when we get lots and lots of new members, we tend to get lots and lots of questions and support questions and things like that. So we have to have the number of members that we can handle in the tribe at one time. So hopefully we will be able to open again before the end of the year, but make sure you're on that list and make sure we have your best email so you don't miss out. But if it opens, it will only open once before next school year. So go ahead and do that. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to tune in every Monday and Wednesday right here on the Pre-K Pages Facebook page at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be live sharing my favorite preschool, pre-K, and kindergarten ideas with you. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next week. Thanks.